Hello, 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 everyone. I hope you're doing awesome. Welcome to this workshop. Let's see, how many people are joining us in the chat. Say hi, hello. Nice, nice. Hello, everyone. We already have close to 100 people here, and it's just started right now. Still see more people joining in. Certificate, bro. Let the session start. Definitely, we are gonna talk about that. Yes. Okay. Okay, now that before we get started, this is a ritual which we do every single time. So what I want you to do is kind of go ahead and tell me where you folks are joining from, right? So like always, let's see in the chat. Keep it live, and let's see where you all are joining from. Mention your city names. If you are outside, if you're coming from outside India, mention your country name. Let's see. From Mumbai. Oh, that's nice. I'm also from Mumbai, by the way. I'm joining right here. Nice. I see a lot of people joining from Siliguri. Oh, Siliguri. That's nice. Noida, Tamil Nadu. Tokyo, Japan. That's amazing. Lucknow, Bhopal, Maharashtra, Ahmedabad. That's amazing. Tamil Nadu, Assam, Greater Noida, Andhra Pradesh, Odisha. That's amazing, amazing. Keep that energy flowing right in. Awesome. Nepal, yes. USA, that's nice. United States. I'm from India, but right now in Germany. That's nice. How is it in Germany? We have people joining from everywhere in the world. And that is super awesome to see. We already have around 150-ish people. That's amazing. So let's get started without wasting any time. So yeah, let me do a quick intro about myself, and then let's go get started. Atharva, you were a few minutes back from US. Now you flew to England. That's very fast. Okay. Let me quickly put my slides on and let's get started. Awesome. So yeah, today we are going to learn about generative AI. Gen AI 101 with pieces. I'll do a little more introduction about what is pieces, and I'll dive deeper into that a little bit later. Remember, this workshop is completely hands-on, so I would want you to kind of be on your laptop if you're not already, and complete the workshop with me to earn the certification. The criteria is very simple. You have to complete the workshop with me, right? And then submit your end result, the end product, to claim your certification. So yeah, about myself, I'm a senior developer advocate here at Pieces. You might have seen me on this channel teaching about APIs before, and so on and so forth. I've delivered more than 350 workshops in person, and impacted more than 500,000 people overall. So that's about me. I also have a TEDx talk which revolves around machine learning and crowdsourcing. So if you're interested into that, feel free to just Google my name and TEDx in front of it, and you will find all my talks. I popularly call myself as chill developer advocate, as you can see in my T-shirt. Right, I'm gonna give away one of these as well, probably later on. But yeah, I call myself chill developer advocate. This is me clicking photos at different places, in different workshops. And mind you, most of them are pre-COVID or just after COVID. So yeah, I've been delivering workshops forever as I can remember. For this workshop, there's no prerequisites as such. You have to complete the workshop with me, and then on your certification. As simple as that, right? You will get a digital badge. You will get a printable certificate, which you can print and keep it if you like that. Frame it if you like that. But yeah, you have to complete the course. If you don't complete the course, you do not get any certification. So what is this workshop about? This workshop is about generative AI and how to get started with it as an engineer, right? So you have used it before, obviously. How many of you have used it before? ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, all of these models. You have used it before? Yes. Give me a yes in the chat if you have. And by the way, chat is very interactive. I really love to talk to you folks, right? So make sure you're talking to me, and I'm looking on the left hand side, which is the chat, right? So I see, Siddharth saying yes, a lot of people saying yes. That is super awesome. So yeah, each one of has used all of these, before. So what we are going to do is dive a little bit into, how to work with these LLMs better, and understand the crux of it, the technology behind it, and that's the whole idea about GenAI 101. Now, you also get some swags, an opportunity to earn a lot more swag. Uh, I really like this t-shirt. It's quirky, says talk AI to me. You're roaming around and, telling people talk AI to me, which is amazing, right? So yeah, you also get some awesome stickers to flaunt. So you can kind of, put them across your laptops. By the way, I have some special swags specially made for this session. And if you complete the workshop with me and you make something awesome, like an awesome project, I'm going to give these out to you. I'm not sure if I'm visible enough, but you know these are a little 3D co-pilots. They come with like specs on them, literally like the ones which you see on sticker, but these are like proper keychains, 3D printed, right? So yeah, if you make something amazing, like with me by the end of the workshop, you get to brag with some more exclusive swags. To participate in the swag giveaway, what you have to do is summarize whatever the workshop you're doing. Whatever learning you're doing, whatever hands-on you're doing, whatever workshop you're doing with me, to on Twitter or on LinkedIn and share that post with us, right? So yeah, more about that. If you see the link in the pinned chat, go to that. It will open a new tab. Let me paste that link once again in the chat. So here it goes. But yeah, it is also pinned, by the way. So if you go here, scroll all the way down, so you'll see the SWAT challenge mentioned right here in step number 4. It will end on 22nd December. So make sure you're participating in the social media giveaway, right? Scroll all the way down to step number 4, and participate in the social media giveaway. There are more than 20 kits to be awarded. So that's a lot of big win rate for anyone who wants to kind of participate in this. And with that, this quirky co-pilot, which is going to be super awesome. So yeah, I hope you participate in it, right? Let's get back to what is AI. Now, can someone tell me what is AI? Yes, it is. It is the swag challenge is available across the world. So you, regardless of where you're based out of, if you win a swag, we will get it delivered to you. Okay. Nice. Okay. So yeah, what is AI? Can someone explain me what is AI in very simple terms? Like if I have to explain it to a child, I'll kind of improvise a little bit and tell them, okay, if you are born into this world as a human, did you know your name? Mostly no, right? You were given a name and you're identified by that name throughout your life. Did you know how to speak English? Or if you are born in India, in the northern part Hindi, in the southern part, Tamil, or Kannada, or different languages, different languages across the world. If you're born in Germany, German, and so on and so forth. You did not know any of these. The only reason you know all of these is because you have chosen to learn it. And that process of processing data around yourself and learning it makes us human intelligence, right? So if you understand human intelligence, artificial intelligence is very, very easy to understand because we are making what humans do, to kind of enable machines to do as well. So if we drive, we want cars to drive, self-driving cars. If we can do something better, we want machines to do that more better than us. We love playing chess, but machines know better than us because we kind of build that system around and enable them to do so. But what is generative AI then, right? Because we have recently heard this term, not a lot long before, and the first interaction for us with generative AI was GPT. Yes, absolutely, right, right, right. So if you looked at, I did not want to research a lot more. So what I did was I went ahead and I asked GPT-4o about what is generative AI, and it says it's a category of artificial intelligence that is designed to generate new content. And unlike traditional AI, which focuses more on recognizing patterns, etc., generative AI creates a new data that resemble training data, right? And if you ask Gemini, it also kind of gives you context on a very similar, kind of reply that generative AI is a type of AI, but it goes further, step further, and claims that it can generate new and original outputs, right? So let's go ahead and see, yeah, how we are, how this kind of came into existence and what is the background of it. So if you look at the common patterns here, they generate new content. This content is not just limited to text, images, music, code, all of that. It also says it generates original outputs, not just based on training data. It resembles training data, but then it can generate original outcomes. And then again, it revolves back around the contents like text, images, audio, and not just one part. Revolves around everything else. And if you look at the history of it, the birth of the transformer model, which led to all of this, was introduced in 2017 by Wasani et al. And this model basically introduced this sequence that what we can do is we can make each letter, each word, a self-attention mechanism, which can then generate next word and know it doesn't need to know all the context. It just needs to know what is the next word and what is the previous word, right? And basically, once this research was taken into, by Google, they launched Birth in 2018, which then improved this to a lot of extent, right? Now, what OpenAI did a lot more research on this paper, created their own algorithm, hired bunch of GPUs, spent north of million and billion dollars, got all of these GPUs, used whole of the internet as data, trained in on top of them, and created GPT, right? Chat GPT. Now you'll be like, okay, a lot of this looks nice, but can you make it simpler? For people who are, who don't understand Hindi, this basically says, can you make it a little more simpler, right? It's all gibberish as of now. Whatever you're saying is nice, but I can't understand it. So to make it simplify, let's try playing a game. Okay. So what is the game about? I'm going to say half the sentence. You're going to complete the sentence for me. Okay. Do you have a deal? Give me a thumbs up if you have a deal here. I'm going to give you half the sentence. You're going to give me the full sentence. Yes, yes. Give me a thumbs up in the chat. Let's see a lot of thumbs up in the chat, folks. Yes, yes, yes. Go on. Yeah, Priya says go on. I need thumbs up. Thumbs up emoji, very simple. Nice, nice, nice. I see 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I see emoji reactions. That's nice. That's nice. Okay, perfect. Let's try playing a game. How's the Josh? Come on, put that live chat on fire. How's the Josh? Yes, yes, yes. Can you complete this sentence for me? Let's see. A lot of people are, hi, sir. Yes. Okay. Nice. Okay. May the force. Let's complete this one. May the force. This one is a little easier probably. Be with you. Be with all. I also want to hear people who don't know about any of these. Okay. So if you are someone who doesn't know both of these, tell me. Okay, in the chat. Be with you. Okay. Houston, we have a. What do we have? This is also quite famous in context of the world. Yes, 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 yes. Let's see. We have a party. Not really. We have a deal. Okay. Oh yeah, Diana says problem. Yes. Yes. So Houston, we have a problem. This is also one of the. So see, a lot of people, were not able to guess this one, which is nice, which is amazing actually. Okay. Last one. I solemnly swear that I'm up to. This is also a little bit better probably. Uh, a lot of people should be able to guess this one. Yes, yes, yes. This belongs to a very famous our childhood movie set. If you're not into books, actually, no mischief, no good. Okay, Shruti says no good. Anjani says something. Okay, limits. Okay, so you see that what we actually did is we basically try to guess the next word on the basis of all the knowledge we had collected about these sentences. Now, how do you know that how's the Josh and you say hi, sir? Why can't you say bye, sir? Possibility, if you're trying to play me, you could say bye, sir. You could say, like whatever you want to say. But why does, you know, hi, or you could say low, sir, as well, right? That also makes sense. But saying that is, it's not that you are thinking a lot about it. It's that it's intuitive because you know in your brains that it is wired that how the Joes you say hi, sir. Same, may the force with me, may the force be with you. Be with you comes default if you have watched, like, all of these series, you have heard nerds say this a lot of times. They are saying, may the force be with you, right? You might not know the meaning of it. Absolutely not. But you still know, right? Same with Houston, we have a problem because you have heard it somewhere, or you have heard someone say that, or you have seen it somewhere, or you have read it somewhere, and so on and so forth. All of this is a representation of next word prediction. All of this is how the LLMs operate. Essentially, what they only do is they predict the next word in the sequence. Okay, that's exactly what we do, right? So we predict the next word in the sequence, and that's what the LLM are configured to do. They predict the next word in the sequence as well. But there's a key difference here. What is the difference here? You can also predict this next word. The LLMs can also, kind of do something similar. So what is the difference here? The difference is that you are intelligent human being. You say this because you are intelligent, not because you were fed this data set. In terms of LLMs, they do not understand the underlying meaning of it. Okay, they do not understand the underlying structure of it. If they find it in their database or their pattern which can help them generate these words, they will be able to do so, and if not, they will not be able to do so. Okay, so it's not intelligence. It's more of how machine learning algorithms work, nothing essentially different. Awesome. Now, why do we learn behind the scenes of generative AI? Because it's big innovation and you're going to make a lot of money out of it. Companies are pouring billions of dollars into Gen AI. And, from OpenAI to Microsoft to Google to Amazon to everyone else is investing, billions and billions of dollars. And if you don't learn it, you will be, left behind. As you can see, 70% of organizations are already planning to adopt solutions. If you're going to, just solve real problems, then you are in. If not, you're going to be replaced And that is the hard truth. Okay. Ethics, absolutely amazing. Okay. That if you are not understanding the ethical boundaries of it, then you're like, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and create something absolutely amazing without understanding the responsibility of it, without understanding the impact of it, without understanding the background of it. And then it will create a big risk in the society. And to end it all, we need to create unique value. We need to go ahead and learn the backend of AI, specifically generative AI, to kind of go ahead and use AI for content, use AI for design, use AI for niche innovations, and so on and so forth. Right. So remember, all of these are very very important, and that's why we need to learn behind the scenes of generative AI. Now, I've been talking about LLMs. What is LLM? Can someone tell me? Let's see it in the chat. Yes, yes, yes. What is an LLM? Large language model. I know that probably. So LLM, in very simple terms, it's a big brain AI. It's advanced. It's trained on massive data. It doesn't need to be, it doesn't have to be in relation. Like in machine learning, what used to happen is basically you needed, the training set to kind of match what you were expecting as an outcome. But when we talk about LLMs, it doesn't really need that. What it needs is ton load of data and good compute, and then it can train on top of that, and then it can be a super smart assistant that can handle anything from casual chat to deep technical discussions to debating to whatnot. It is also multitasking. So LLM can code, it can write, it can summarize, it can translate, it can debug, it can be your one-stop shop for productivity needs. So yeah, I like to call it like the Swiss Army knife of the tech solutions. It's also high tech, but remember, it is high tech, but it also comes with high risk. LLMs are insanely capable of doing things, but they lie, and they would kind of give out biased results, because they are as good as the data they are trained on. So it is not different that if the data is biased, they will be biased as well. Remember that, right? So that's the basics of LLM. Now the downsides, obviously, LLMs hallucinates. Like in this example, if you see on the screen, this was a very pretty good example of will AI replace me? And everyone will like, how can AI replace me when it can make this petty mistake, right? It is saying January, February, March, and whatnot. So that is because it doesn't have a real context or real understanding of the world. But if you tell it that, hey, this is the months of the year and these are the months of the year, then it will be able to predict it properly. But if it doesn't have context around what you're asking, then it will give you gibberish reply, or it will not give you real responses. And that is where your responsibility comes in to kind of verify all of this output. Okay. So remember, there are a lot more downsides of using LLM than there are upsides, and specifically around privacy and security. Nice. Let's introduce Pieces. Now, what is Pieces for developers? Pieces for developers is one tool you will need to deal with all of this. And instead of I have had this experience personally. I'm not sure if you did. I would go to Claude. I would go to Gemini, GPT, ask same questions. Get different replies, and then try to combine these information into one. So I wanted to basically create a presentation, and I went ahead and I used all of these three LLMs, and I ended up wasting 5 hours of my time without building even one slide. Yes, that is so me. But why that happened? Because I was, juggling through multiple pieces of things I was doing at once, and then I was not able to kind of fit them into my workflow. Now, Pieces solves this by using a multi LLM approach. So we say Pieces is a long-term memory for your developer workflow. So what Pieces does is it combines all of these LLMs together and gives you the ability to use all of them in one interface. Not just that, it allows you to use the long-term memory feature to go to any documentation page, learn from it on the fly, and then save that information for later use. So that's Pieces for you. It's very simple to use. It's absolutely free. And more importantly, it is designed keeping privacy and security in mind. So Pieces can work completely offline, meaning that if you download Pieces for developers, you download an offline model and you are good to go. You don't need internet to work with LLMs. That's the superpower which Pieces comes with. But hey, your machine might not be that powerful to run Pieces, in completely offline mode. For that, we have introduced all the LLMs which you natively use so that you can combine the power of Pieces with online LLMs like GPT, Gemini, and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's all about Pieces for developers. Let's go ahead and understand basics of Copilot and then move further from there. Now, what's a Copilot? Um, Introducing the swag in between as well. Remember, the social media challenge is still going on. So yeah, make sure you're participating in the social media giveaway and sharing about what you're learning. Right. The link to this document is pinned in the chat. So make sure you're going to that link and participating in the social media giveaway. But yeah, what is a co-pilot? A co-pilot, in a very simple term, is your AI powered assistant, which is tech savvy. It will help you to code, write, and basically help boost your productivity by 10x. It is also context aware, so whenever you're using Copilot in Pieces, it will not just spit out answers because it is an LLM. It is context aware. You can basically tailor it to work for your project. You can do a lot more things with it. It is collaborative. Think of it like a teammate, which is uh, you know observing what you're doing and then providing a helping hand when you need it. And again, it's also a problem solver. So it is not just generating code or debugging code. It is generating documentation for you. It is helping you like a small dev beside your side. Nice. Now it's time to go hands on. Enough of talking. I would want you to scan this link quickly. The link is already mentioned in the chat, so please go ahead and click on that. How many of you have already had Pieces installed yet? Can you give me, like a thumbs up if you already had Pieces installed? Let's see it in the chat. Anyone installed Pieces already? Okay, there were a few people who have installed it. Nice. What about others? If not, let me quickly show you how. So go to this link and in step number 1, so you can see complete the GenAI workshop. By the way, join our Discord server. That is very important so that it allows us to, oh, okay. This is, let me replace this link. Yeah, actually the Discord link is broken here. That's not a problem. Let me give you a link here right in the chat, which you can use to join our Discord server, right? So Discord server is basically one place where you can, get more swags. You can have a like-minded community of people, talking to you, discuss your project ideas and so on and so forth. I've given the link in the chat. I'll update this later on. Probably, it is broken right here. Step number 1 is to download Pieces as mentioned below. So click on this download Pieces button. It will take you to a new tab. And here you can kind of go ahead and download Pieces for your operating system. You can download it for Windows or for Mac OS. I'm right now using Mac OS, so I'll click on Pieces for Mac OS. And then here I can download it for Apple Silicon. Now, Intel version is way back, so I'm hoping you will not need Intel version. But then if you do, you can download the Intel version as well. But for most of the people, it will be Apple version. So just click on it and it will install. Remember, Pieces comes into two parts. It has Pieces for developers as a desktop app, and then it also has Pieces OS server, which is a kind of package of both. Okay, so you can go ahead and install it, and then you are ready to go. Installation takes a fair bit of time, probably like 5 minutes. So yeah, if you're not installed yet, this is your opportunity to go ahead and install it, and then we will continue from there. Step 2 is where we are here right now. Okay, so I'll give you some time for people to complete installation, and then we'll move on to step number 2. Okay, By the way, let's see it in the chat. If you have already installed it, I see a lot of people have. That's amazing. A lot of people have not. So yeah, it's showing Pieces OS failed to install. Okay, that is a weird error, but let me, give you, um, just give me a moment. I have a form for errors in case you are experiencing error. Okay. So for people, if anyone is experiencing error, then they can basically fill out this form. I'm mentioning in the chat. Priya, in this case, you can go ahead and fill out this form. Our team will be very apt and take care of it. Okay. If anyone else is facing an error, I have pasted that installation error form below. So yeah, just fill that up quickly so that our team can take it up. Awesome. So that now that everyone has installed already, done. Okay, that's nice. Dev Sharma. What about others? Not yes, Asad. You still have the opportunity to participate in the social media giveaway in step number 4. Now we are going to head to step number 3. By the way, yes, yes. Oh yeah, go ahead, Aditya. Install it. Not a problem. Okay. So till the time you are installing, we will cover a little bit fair bit of theory. For example, whenever we are talking to an LLM, remember that you need to provide context. Context is literally very very important whenever you are kind of working around with a Copilot. Okay. So providing your files as a context, providing your project as a context, providing or just typing in the context is very very helpful. To give you an example, if you just type that write me a LinkedIn post instead of this, you can type write me a LinkedIn post for an audience of 18,000, which includes students, working professionals, and blah blah blah. That gives more context, than just saying that hey, write me a LinkedIn post, right? So context is very very important. Now remember, context is also the prompt you give plus any additional information which you're passing with the prompt. Now, you might have heard about context window a lot of times, and that is literally why it is so important to remember your context window because that is the amount of like input it is going to take. And the better the context window, the better the outcome it is going to give you. Yes, yes, we are waiting, buddy. You do your installation. We have not started hands-on yet. We're just covering a little bit more theory before we go to hands-on. Nice. Then you can use this context to ask more question and get relevant answers. Remember, context size is limited as per Copilot's capability. So some Copilots would be really nice. Some pilot, some Copilot LLMs would have like a lot of context window available. Okay, so it's limited basis on which LLM you're using. So it says, Devashi says, would it be a problem if I use Gemini instead? You can use Gemini within Pieces. So that's, that can absolutely be done. Karthik, do you mind filling out this form if you are getting an error? Yeah, I have added the form below if you are, facing any error as well. Manual install, it shows Pieces Suite in Windows. Yeah, Pieces Suite is fine, Mahima. That is exactly how it is called in Windows. But yeah, that is absolutely fine. Notebook LLM might not work. I'm not sure, but yeah, this is you'll use Pieces for this because it provides you a long-term memory context. So you have to download Pieces. Pieces OS will already, it will be downloaded. So let me show you. So if you go to this website, if you open download Pieces, you will see an option to install Pieces desktop app and Pieces OS. Now, based on your operating system, you can select either Pieces for Windows or Pieces for Mac OS or Pieces for Linux. Now, let's say you are downloading for Windows. You can click on Get Pieces for Windows and it will ask you to install the installer. The installer will install both the items for you, so you don't need to worry about at all. Okay. So remember, installer will install everything for you. If you receive any error, I have given the form in the chat once again. Please fill that up. Our team will take it up. Okay. Now, if you are a MacBook user, you can click on Pieces for MacBook. And here you can click on install via Apple Silicon. And that will, install Pieces and Pieces OS both. You don't need to install them separately at all. You need to, you will be prompted to install, them all together. Okay. So I hope that is much, much, much better. Why would it not be available, Vishwa? It is absolutely available. I'll actually show you a demo of it. So yeah, you will actually see that. Nice, cool. So now we come to simple prompting. What is prompt engineering? Now remember, just providing context doesn't help you to kind of give you the outcome. Prompt engineering is an art by which you can go ahead and you can ask and draft prompts which will give you the outcomes which you're looking for. So prompt engineering is the way to go. If you are able to engineer your prompt, it is going to be amazing. Nice. Now, prompt engineering obviously, is the process where you are designing multiple prompts on basis of which you will get the outcome. So you can basically go ahead and, kind of design smaller level of, prompts, combine them together and go ahead and, build like a, bigger prompt and get a perfect outcome. I personally use the forest method where I say use a single prompt at a time, be very specific in what you are asking for, be very short and be very surround. So don't just give like particular kind of information, but kind of go ahead and follow this method for prompting, and it will do wonders for you, right? So again, single, specific, short, and surround, right? Keep this method in your mind while you're prompting, and that will give you the best outcome. Nice. Vishwa, you can just go ahead and fill out this form. It will be really helpful for us to troubleshoot it. Now, remember, whenever you say, type a single prompt, what we basically means is, focus on a single task or question. For example, instead of saying create a flask, get a route called sign up, you could ask, so remember asking one part, instead of asking everything is very important. So ask one thing at a time and then iterate on it. Okay. Ruchika, it's up to you. Pieces does not store any, information about yourself on Pieces server. Each person has their own cloud ecosystem and their own local database. So yeah, diagnostic information is basically if your, app crashes and all of that, then we'll have that information available. So yeah, make sure, if you want to kind of enable that, it's up to you. But I'm not getting any help. What help do you need, Priya? Would be happy to help. Now, be specific. What do you need? So ask, a very specific question instead of just asking, write me an even odd program. You can ask, that, hey, write me an even odd program in JavaScript or in Python and so on and so forth, right? So this is an example of that as well. Remember, how do you know what to ask for Copilot? You definitely need not know every, all the answers, for like all the questions. Sometimes you don't even know the right questions. So it's absolutely fine. You can literally ask Copilot to give you the right questions. Okay. So remember, you don't need to just, give it like, like a full-fledged, like proper prompt. Sometimes you can give it a, concept and then ask GPT to help you write prompts and they will do just that. Right. So yeah, remember these, using these prompts, you can then query Copilot and get the desired outcomes. Nice. Now, before we dive into hands-on, remember to that LLMs are imperfect and they have a lot of hallucinations. So yeah, remember LLMs can hallucinate, they'll make up the answer. If the training data is wrong, the generated outcome could be wrong. Different LLMs are wrong in different ways. And yeah, remember, whenever you are working with an LLM, the system prompt will give you, like it will, most of the times it will guide, how the LLM is going to behave, right? Priya is facing a lot of errors here. That is unfortunate. It should not show you that. What is the setting you are having for, like antivirus? Because that should not happen. It's definitely not a Trojan. Yeah. Did you download it from the right link? Okay, I'm not sure. Priya, you just fill out this form. It would be really helpful for me to troubleshoot your error in much more detail. Please attach all of these screenshots as it is shown so that I can troubleshoot it in a better way. Nice. So yeah, the end goal, don't rush LLMs blindly. Just don't. Yes. So yeah, keeping that in mind, let's go ahead and let's get started with the hands-on workshop. Yeah, Karthik, I would ask you to also fill that form. And please reach out to me on the Discord server so that I can look into your errors. That is unfortunate. It should not happen that way. Sometimes it might show you some warnings, but it is, obviously it is not acceptable if it shows, Dorjin warning and all of these warnings, which is upright scary. So all the people, who are facing that error, please go to the Discord server, message me, DM me, and also fill out this form, for us to do the scrutiny. Nice. Now, step number three, follow steps for hands-on. So we are going to go here and follow step number three. Everyone, please be on the Notion and let's complete the workshop. Now, it will hardly take us more 15 minutes to complete the workshop because we are almost done. So let's go ahead and let's get started. Priya, let me change that setting for you. You can, fill in multiple times. Um, yes. Oh, yeah, you can fill it multiple times. I've enabled that setting. Just refresh the form and it should be good. Okay. Now follow the steps on the hands-on. What you gotta do is you're watching this video already, so don't rewatch it. You're already on this video. Okay. So now what we want to do is follow along the instructions in the GitHub. So here you can see the GitHub mentioned already. Let's open that. And what we are going to generate is a personal fun facts generator app. Okay. So that's what we are going to work on today. I want you to take a moment and go ahead and read this page. I'm posting this link in the chat as well for everyone else whose installation is done. Prasuman, can you please try again? If not, can you fill out the form? Nice. Please go ahead and, walk around with this. Let me quickly go in the chat and look what's happening. Nice. Everyone opened it. Prasuman, can you please fill out the form as I kind of gave you earlier about the installation errors? I will share the form with you right now. Just fill that out. This is only for people who are getting a lot of errors, right? So yeah, just fill that out in case you are getting errors, right? Okay. So what we are basically generating is a fun fact generator app, right? So let's open Pieces. Can you quickly kind of go ahead and open Pieces for me? By the way, you can also open Pieces, within a VS Code by installing the plugin, and that will also work really well. So yeah, you can go ahead and use pieces plugin for kind of working around as well. Nice. Let me quickly open it. Opened. All of you opened it already. Let's do it quickly. You have to open the studio where we are going to add prompts and give the outcomes. For some reason, I just have too many windows of it running, so I'm finding it difficult where my pieces window went. But let me quickly open it. Done, done, done. Not anything yet. So what should we launch after Pieces OS or Pieces for developers? Yes. So right now we are not going to launch any like projects as of now. What we have to do is we have to provide it context, right? So what is the context you're going to give? Now, basis of our project idea, what we have to do is kind of go ahead and like generate a project which is going to help us like generate fun facts. Okay. So what is your favorite thing? Earth, probably. So I like to generate facts about Earth or Mars, or your favorite sport, or your favorite sportsman or sportswoman. Or you can kind of generate facts about your favorite let's say web series, favorite movies, and so on and so forth, right? So yeah, let's go ahead and kind of start a new chat, and then from there we will move further. Nice. So let me show you how it looks like in the UI. Now for everyone else, let me quickly share my screen, the other screen, obviously. So I'll stop my screen sharing and I'll share my screen of the pieces window. There you go. Now here you can see, you can basically go ahead and you can basically uh, you know like generally discuss anything. So here you can see, you can select a folder, you can use the long term memory, and so on. And if you click on the model, you can also select the model which you want to use. Here you can see all the models are available, from OpenAI to Google to Anthropic to Palm to models online. And if you don't want to use online models, you can use offline models like Mistral, like Microsoft, Meta, Google, Gamma models, and some from IBM as well. So these are completely offline models. So if I activate this, I've already downloaded Mistral. I am working completely on device. But remember, offline models are experimental. They require a lot more CPU and GPU and RAM. So yeah, in case you don't have that, please don't use offline models. Okay. So for this workshop, I'm going to use GPT-4o because that is like the go-to model for me while working with anything else. Now, remember, our first step is going to provide context. What kind of context we are going to give? I am building a fun fact generator about planet Earth. Here you can choose, whatever you are, you want to create a fun fact generator about, right? I am going to say fun fact generator, about Earth, planet Earth. Where did my screen go? Okay, it is here. Cool. So it gives me some random fact generator about Earth, but see, it gave me Python, right? So that is not what is my expectation. My expectation is to kind of create a web app, not a Python app. Okay. So see, that is what I was telling about. When you're prompting, if you just give it a prompt, it will go ahead and it will basically generate something which is completely random. So let me go ahead and create a new chat. Now here I will be very careful about my prompting. So I'll say generate 10 facts about planet Earth in JSON format. And here it will give me 10 facts about planet Earth in JSON format, which we can further use for anything else, right? So you see the power the power of prompting, that instead of just saying that you are creating a fun fact generator, you just ask for the fun fact and then you move from there. So everyone done with step number one, which is creating a fun fact generator, generate 10 fun facts about yourself. Visual live context will look at it afterwards because it works. Like it takes time and it is also resource heavy. So I'm gonna show it a little bit later on, not right now. Okay. Everyone done with step number one? Give me a thumbs up in the chat. Yes, yes, yes. Come on, it's very easy to generate 10 facts about any particular item which you love. Give me a thumbs up. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, you have to tell Debanjan that you have to generate it in in JSON format. Yes, you have to tell that. If it is not installing, Rushika, as I mentioned, please fill out the form. Don't worry, you will get the certificate later on. So you just observe what we are doing and fill out this form. We will reach out to you and kind of fix that installation error. Okay, I have shared the link in the chat once again. Please fill out that form. Very important for me. Okay. Now that you have generated the fun fact, what to do next? So if you go to the GitHub repo, you will see that it should give you random fun fact. By the way, the repo I'm referring to, I'm again mentioning it in the chat, spamming it thrice so that everyone knows. So step number one was to define the project goal. Step number two was to generate initial fact, which we have done. Step number three is to collect hallucinations. Here in this example, we can't verify these facts. So right now we are not going to kind of correct them, but we can say that, okay, these are some realistic fact. Okay, cool. Now we need to build an app which has index file, CSS file, and script file. Okay, so let's provide that from the prompt, and let's tell Pieces, help me generate index file, generate a fun fact generator website which has index file, index, CSS, and JS file. Which shows random facts. So I've given it a prompt saying that help me generate a fun fact generator website that has index, CSS, and JS file. When if I click a button, it is giving me a random fact. And it is able to do that, which is nice. So you can see that the facts which is generated earlier, now it is able to give me all these three different files. But do you think this is, these three files, you'll have to create three separate files. It can be one file, yes? Yes or no? Yes, it can be a one file, right? So let's create a one file. Let's ask it to, add all these three into one. So instead of generating separate files, make them into index.html file. So here what I'm doing, what I'm trying to do is I'm telling it to kind of generate all of this inside one file, and it is able to do so. As you can see right here, it generated all of that into one file. So instead of creating three different files, we can just go ahead and create one single file. Now I'm going to also share this snippet with you, so I can click on share, but that requires to create an account. So you can go ahead and sign up and create an account if you want to. but I'm going to share the snippet with you. So I'll create a sharing link here so that I can share it with you folks. Sometimes it takes, because see, it is processing using the offline model. So it is enhancing that code as well. So it will add some tags, it will add some context, it will also link it with some files and stuff. So you'll actually see. I'll let me generate this and share it with you, and you'll actually see how that shareable links is it is much more powerful. So it takes a little bit time because it is kind of doing that on device. But if you use blended, or if you use on cloud version, then it is faster. Okay, cool. So it has generated this code. Let's go ahead and host this. Now, what is the easiest way to host this code? You want to see my prompt once? This is my prompt. My prompt was, help me generate a fun fact generator website which has index, CSS, and JS file which shows random facts. And obviously about Earth. So it gets the context about Earth, right? And then if you scroll down, I asked a follow-up prompt saying that instead of generating separate files, make them into index.html file. So it gave me one file right here. Cool. Now what I want you to do is go to GitHub. So this is done. Let me quickly go back to GitHub. Let me close all the unwanted tabs because there are just too many at this point. Okay, looks good. Let me quickly stop my screen sharing and present the whole screen instead. Okay, so what I want you to do is basically go to the GitHub page right here, as you can see. And here we have the last step, which is to host it on a GitHub page. Step number 5 is to host it on a GitHub page. So how can you do that? So go to new tab, go to github.com. I hope all of you have a new account on GitHub. Not a new account, but an account on GitHub. If you don't, screen is not showing. That is weird. It should show. Let's upgrade. Can you please fix that a little bit? Let's see. Is my screen still not visible? Uh-huh. I guess, Anam, can you please put my screen on? Nice. Okay. Cool. So once you, I guess you should be able to see my screen right now. So there you go. This is how it will be visible. So let's go ahead and create a new repository altogether. So let me quickly paste it in the chat. And here you can see I am able to kind of go ahead and create a new repo. Now the repo name is going to be fun facts space. You can generate your own repo, name it whatever you want. Remember, you need to have an account on GitHub, right? If you don't, just create one. It is simple. We'll name, that this repo host a sample code for GenAI 101 pieces for developers workshop. Add a README file. README will be automatically generated, so you don't need to worry about it. Based on your description, it will generate the README file. So make sure you are selecting generate README file and hit create repo. Okay. So again, go to github.com/new, create a new repository, name it whatever you want. I'm naming it fun fact. Oh, it is not space, it is Earth because I'm generating for Earth. Okay. We can also see it gives like, like a repository name. Make it public, add a README, and hit create repo. Cool. So it will create a repo like this. It has fun fact Earth, the repo host sample code for GenAI 101 workshop. That is absolutely fine. We need this. Now, what I want you to do is go back to pieces. Oops, sorry. Let's go back to pieces. And in pieces, here you can see what we got to do is basically copy this code, right? So let's go ahead and copy this code. You'll see a copy button right on the top. So let's copy this one page code, which is index.html code, right? Now for people, I mentioned earlier, I'll share this code with you all. So let me, see where that link went. But yeah, let me kind of do that later on. So here, what we need to do is we need to add a new file here, right? So just beside code, you'll see this add file and hit on create a new file. Name it index.html. Okay. Paste all the index.html code which you got from Pieces. So you might have got this code from Pieces. If you did not, just go to Pieces, copy this code which you got, and that's about it. You don't need to create three separate files because that is going to be a lot more hectic. So don't generate three different files. Just generate one, and you are good. Nice. Let's go back here. Control S, or you can hit commit button right here and create index.html file. Commit directly to main. Commit. So commit, and it will create this index.html file for you. Cool. So what I did essentially is create a repo, add file, add a new index.html file, and added the code. Titash, you have to create your own code, so you have to do that, via Pieces. So yeah, that is your hands-on exercise. You have to do it. I cannot, share the exact code, but let me. Okay, there's some problem generating a new link, which is weird. Let me see if I can share this link. Sometimes it gives me some errors, but let me go back and I might have a different saved material. Let's see. I have captured interactive code earlier, so it was, I guess, this one. Yeah, there you go. Let me share that right here in Pieces. So you can use these links in Pieces, as I mentioned earlier. So it basically looks like this in Pieces. Oh, it says forbidden. Okay, let me go back to Pieces. Generate this URL. Sometimes it is, yeah, I know it is forbidden. Sometimes it might, generate, a link to share, which is not visible. Yeah, sometimes this feature is, it takes, some time, but it is fine. I guess you might be able to see this one. No, okay. Okay, let it be. Meanwhile, you can try it on your own, in your Pieces repo, and that should actually work. Yeah. Let me try once more. Yeah, it says forbidden. Okay. Sometimes, that happens. It is fine. Sometimes it is not able to generate the link. But yeah, you get the point. You get the code. The prompt is basically very simple. It basically says that I'll go to my Copilot and show you the prompt. So here you can see the prompt which I gave it. I told it to generate a fun fact website which has index, CSS, and JS file, which shows random facts, and the random facts we generated earlier. So it will take that as a reference. Cool. Now for everyone who is done with GitHub, give me a thumbs up. Quick, quick, quick. Let me see everyone right here. Obviously, this will be you know, like a window within a window within a window. Come on, be quick, folks. Everyone else who have done it, give me a thumbs up in the chat. Quick, quick, quick. We'll go ahead and deploy this, by the way. Vishwa, you were able to get along? Okay, that's nice. Yeah, 5 more minutes, by the way. We are completely on time. No problem, Karthik. We will solve your query, and we will come back to you. That is absolutely going to happen really soon. So yeah, done, done, done. Okay, cool. Now it's time to host this. So click on settings in GitHub repo. You can see the settings on top. Literally right here on the top, you can see the settings. Click on it, and on the left, click on pages. So again, Click on settings right on the top, and then click on pages right here. So that way you'll be able to deploy this. Okay. So let's go ahead and deploy this main branch. So click on main branch and click on save, and deployment is done. It is that simple. So click on settings, click on pages. From this drop down, select main, select save, and it will take hardly 10 seconds and it will deploy it. Okay. But then if you go to code, you will see this yellow dot, which basically is a GitHub action which is running to deploy your website. So yeah, it will take a moment. And then if you go to settings again, go to pages again, you will actually see your GitHub page hosted right here. You will see the URL in some moment. So refresh this once and you will see the URL pop up right here after 20 seconds. Let me see in the chat. Yeah, I'll tell about how to submit the assignment very last. We need this URL to submit this assignment. So yeah, we need this URL. Let's refresh this. And you can see we got a page deployed. Click on it and you can see it generates a random file. Yay, yippee, we got it done. A big congratulations emojis to all of you who folks, did it with me. But this is very basic. I want something amazing. So let's do more prompt engineering. So let's go back here and let's say, uh, this looks basic. Make the animation better and use images, etc. So I have given a follow-up prompt saying that, hey, this is too basic, brother. Give me something better. Give me more animation. And the kind of animation I'm seeing is okay, crazy. It is generating that. Let it generate. We will then update it. Let's see if the updation works. Looks good. It generated a new code. Let's copy this code, go back to GitHub, and we want to kind of change that code again. So I'll go to code. I'll edit this index file because I want to obviously edit it. So click on this pencil button to edit this file, paste it, commit changes, commit. So now I have added more animations to it. Again, once I change the code, it will take some moment to update this index file, and then kind of redo this deployment process. It takes some time. I'll be very fair with you. It takes some time to kind of reflect that. Once that reflection is done, we will actually see the updated website right here. Yes, you have time. You have time to kind of kind of do the assignment. So that's absolutely fine. For people who have already done the assignment, you can see fill the this form to download the certificate. Remember, we have manual verification for all the projects generated. So make sure you are doing the projects properly. So here you can see email name, rate the workshop, share your eligibility, and share the project repo, right? So share the end result here. So the web, this page, this URL, you have to copy this URL and share it with me right here. Okay. And then, sign up and then hit submit. So remember to add your fun fact generator app right here to claim the certificate. Okay. Remember, the social media challenge is still going on. So you can still participate in it. So make sure you're participating and sharing whatever you are learning with Gen AI, with Pieces workshop. We also have a template right here, which you can use, which is awesome. You can add, details here, already added hashtags. So yeah, try that as well. Cool. Now that we have, kind of done this, let's go ahead and look at this website. By the way, it is not updating, probably because we have done that. But what you could also do is you could republish the website. You can publish it, you can republish it, you can see your code right up there. Oh, it just completed it in 8 seconds, but we unpublished our website, so it should not be. Yeah. Okay, nice. Cool. So that's about it. I hope you're able to see that. Now I'll demonstrate an awesome feature in Pieces. Okay. So what is this awesome feature? You look at this page, right? Let me go to Pieces, start a new chat, and I'm going to turn on long-term memory. So long-term memory is basically providing it more context. So let me go ahead and say I was on Chrome watching a live video about Gen AI workshop. Help me summarize the chat. Now here you can see I'm giving it a very generic query that I was watching this AI essential workshop, and participants were discussing installation and use of pieces. With some already having experienced it. There were questions about what to include in the README file. Some participants were concerned about the submission deadline for assignments. There was a mention of hosting being completed by a participant named Kushal Kumar. Okay, which city the participants were from? Hey, Soren, it's absolutely free. I'm not sure where did you kind of find that. But yeah, and the summary chat of productivity session does not specify cities of the participants or okay, that's fine because it is actually taking some data. But let me go to this GitHub page. Okay. Let me scroll from top to bottom. Looks good. Let me come back here and ask about it. I was looking at a GitHub page. Can you tell me more about it? So here you can see, I'm what basically Pieces is essentially doing is it is kind of going there and it is looking at GitHub pages. It is looking at all of this documentation, and you can see the fun fact Earth page. It is looking at and all of that, right? Um, Download is free. I'm not sure what you are experiencing. Submission page is there on the Notion page. Let me paste the link right in the chat. I'll paste it multiple times just in case. Okay. So yeah, if you look at it, you can actually go ahead and look at the fun fact project. Um, can you tell me more about the fun fact project? And here it will basically try to dive into this repository and understand all of these details. It is not just limited to that. You could actually, so let's say, for example, I'll show the social media challenge, right? So I'm looking at this page and I'm looking at this page. Okay, looks good. Let me go back and tell it, can you tell me about the social media challenge? And it will go ahead and it will look at my history, try to retrieve all of these information. And you can see that the deadline is 22nd December. Provide me with the form link to submit. And it will basically fetch that link as well for me. So that's how powerful Pieces is. You can see it gave me the form link. If I click on it, that is the form link. And I'm not providing this context at all, apart from just enabling, uh, you know, long-term memory. So long-term memory, though it takes a lot of memory, because obviously it is storing all of that information, on your device. But yeah, if you look at it that way, remember, like whenever you're working on some project and you need long-term memory, you can enable it and you can use it and then pause it if you're not using it anymore. But yeah, that's the power of long-term memory. I hope that is now clear. Yes. So yeah, that's about that. I hope you had a really fun time experiencing GenAI 101 workshop. I hope you learned a lot of new things. And more importantly, I was able to teach you something new. So yeah, that's it for today. But before I wrap up things, let me summarize the whole thing which we studied. Remember, number one, this is the Notion page which you need to keep, with you. The submission deadline is not there. You can submit the project whenever you get finished with it. We are taking care of the installation errors. So please fill out the form if you experienced any installation error. I'll put that on the Notion page as well, just in case. Apart from that, we did prompt engineering. We learned about LLMs. We learned about history of LLMs. You have an awesome opportunity to learn and on about some awesome swags like the Copilot by building some awesome projects. So don't miss out on that opportunity. And thank you so much for participating. By the way, remember you can also connect me on different platforms. I've added that link on there. But yeah, feel free to connect me on LinkedIn and so on and so forth. I've also shared with you about the live context example of how you can enable live context, look at the page, ask pieces about it, and that is super helpful for your developer workflow. So that's it from my side. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye bye. Have a great day. And I'm looking forward to seeing all of your projects and selecting some awesome winners from it. So, yeah, that's it from my side. Bye bye. Have a great day.